Next paragraph. They talk the casual happy talk of people who love each other and don't have to make conversation about neighborhood doings, about items in the paper, about the clothes Minta would need when she went away to school in a couple of weeks. It was after the dishes were finished that Minta's father asked her if she would like to go down to the beach for a little while. Low tide, he said, might get a few clams. Clams? Minta nodded agreement, but her mother made a little face. Horrors clam chowder for another week? Sure you wouldn't like to go, Mary. Minta's father asked. The salt air might help your headache. So, in the second paragraph, what is said? It is said that they are a happy family and they are not involved in any gossips of neighbors, relatives, or what is the common talk of the town. They did not and they do not even talk about Minta's uniform, which she will wear in a couple of weeks if she goes to school. Like, this family is a very happy family and they do not bother what is going on in the neighbor, what is the common talk of the town, and what their relatives are doing, what is happening in the neighbors, and what is there in the newspaper. So they are least concerned about such things, and they even do not discuss about the uniform which Minta will wear in a couple of weeks if she goes to school. So when they finished their breakfast, father asked Minta, what the father asked Minta? Yes, the father asked Minta to go to the beach, like if she is interested to go to the beach to get some clams. So what does this word mean? Clams. Clams is a kind of fish. Clams is a kind of fish. So, how they are going to get some clams? Like if the tide was low, and at that time, Minta at once agreed on, because father said that if the tide is low, they could get some claws so that they could eat it. But what the mother said, like mother wasn't willing at that moment, and father agreed on, and but he also wanted that mother must join them. And how he convinced his wife, he said that the salt air might help your headache. Like she must have been feeling or she must have some headache, or she must have been suffering from any disease or any problem she must have been suffering from. So her husband asked her, like if she is going to join them, she may get some relief from her headache. But she simply refused to go with them, and she said that she isn't going anywhere. Well, dear students, in the very first line, you must have noticed, as I have underlined at the same time, I have highlighted this word so that you could recognize what is this very word. Yes, very good. It is relative pronoun who. And then again, if you come to the lines which I have underlined over here, like if she would like to go down to the beach for a little while, might get a few clams. Like, what is the purpose that I have underlined it? Yes, I have underlined it just to make you understand. Like, this is second conditional sentence, and what is the structure of a second conditional sentence? Like the first clause, if the first clause is in past tense, the next would be model auxiliary would and followed by first form of verb. So here you can see over here, if she would is a model auxiliary and then followed by first form of verb. To go down to the beach for a little while might get a few clams over here. So this is second conditional sentence, and you must have recognized it. So you are also supposed to underline the same structure in your box, and the relative pronoun which has also been used over here, you are also supposed to underline, so that whenever you are going to read it, you are going to remember, like, this is a relative pronoun. Okay, now come to next paragraph. No, you two run along. I will curl up with an apple and a television program. She yawned and stretched, looking almost as young as Minta. Minta ran upstairs and got into her heavy shoes and jeans. Shall I call Sally and ask her if she wants to go? she yelled, leaning far over banister. Let's just go by ourselves this time. Her father answered rather shortly. He was silenced as they drove toward the beach, but it wasn't companionable silence that Minta had come to expect from him. There was something grim about it. So, first of all, noted down the difficult vocabulary words. Yelled, which means shouted. Yelled, which means shouted. And then next word is banister. Banister is basically a handrail, a handrail on the side of the staircase. On the side of the staircase, Staircase. Banister is a handrail on the side of a staircase. Stairs. On the side of a staircase, there is a handrail on which you put your hand so that you could go upward. Okay, and then grim. Grim means serious. Grim means serious. This is the last word in the paragraph. Okay. His wife, as we were reading a story in which the father said to Minta that they are going to the beach and they might get some clams. And he also asked his wife if she could accompany them, but his wife refused to go with them and made an excuse. And what excuse that she had made, she said that she would stay home and she would eat apple and she would curl her hair. And at that moment, she also stretched her arms, looking almost as young as Minta. Looking as young as Minta. So, this very phrase, as young as Minta, this is a simile employed or used by the author. So, you must underline it. This is a simile. So, at that moment, what she did, she stretched her arms, looking almost as young as Minta. So, father asked Minta to get along. To get along with him, and that moment his wife said that she is going to stay home. And while they were going towards the beach, father did not talk to Minta and remained silent. Like when they were driving a car, when they were driving, at that moment, father did not talk to Minta and he remained silent throughout the time, and Minta could not understand this silence because this silence was quite grim or serious to her. So while they were driving at that moment, father did not say anything. So when they had decided that they are going to the beach, at that moment Minta also asked his her father that if he allows, they could also accompany Sally. But at that moment, father completely refused because he did not want at this moment Sally to go with them. What is the purpose and who is Sally? It has not been told to us, and the character has been introduced to us like there is someone other than these three characters, Sally, and Minta wanted to go with him or her, but the father refused, and he said that this is the time that both of them are going to the beach to get some clams. Next paragraph, and now students, you have to come to page number 32. He is going to talk to me about school, Minta told herself. He is going to try to talk to me out of it again. It was funny the way her father had acted when she announced her intention of going to Maryhill this term. It had always been such an accepted thing. Her mother had graduated from Maryhill, and it followed that Minta should be enrolled there as a matter of course. Last year was different. With mother just recovering from that operation, it was natural that he should expect Minta to stay home. She had even wanted to stay, but now going to Maryhill was something special. She would live in dormitory and be a part of all the campus fun. Okay, so in this paragraph, we come to know like as we know that when father was driving towards the beach, father at that moment did not say anything, did not talk to Minta, and this attitude of father made Minta quite depressed or sad because Minta thought that her father would surely talk about her school going later on, but he did not. So Minta talked about the school herself and about going to school this term, and she would go to Maryhill, and she was quite enthusiastic about going to Maryhill. this time. And what is the purpose? That she is very excited to go to Maryhill this term because her mother had graduated from the school, and as per custom, Minta should also be enrolled here in Maryhill. So this is the reason that Minta is very enthusiastic and she's very excited to be enrolled in Maryhill school because her mother has also graduated from the same school. But when Minta announced that she would go to school this term, because last year, as far as the last year was concerned, uh, last year what had happened, yes, last year things were quite different because mother had undergone surgery, and at that moment she was gradually recovering. But this year, and then what would be the next moment they are going to do, like, but this year, how could her father make such a statement that Minta would not join our school? Because Minta would have been living in a dormitory, like a dormitory, which means a large bedroom with a number of people. So she has spent many hours thinking to be in dormitory and be a part of the campus. So Minta wasn't expecting that her father would restrain her joining the school, because last year things were quite different. But this year, she has made a plan that she would be going to Maryhill, and she had spent many hours thinking to be in dormitory and be a part of the campus. So, dormitory means a large bedroom with a number of people.